I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. Glad you guys are back for another video. It is rant time. I don't have all my thoughts gathered, so I'm going to be all over the place in this, but we are going to talk the Indoor Football League Network. We're going to talk just the rollout that happened, the uproar it has caused, and just some thoughts, some opinions on this, and kind of the way that some people are taking it. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into this and dissect what the league is doing. So if you are new to the Indoor Football League, welcome, first and foremost. Secondly, well, first and foremost, I have no affiliation with them. I just love the sport. So I'm not saying welcome isn't like, hey, part of the team. Point being, though, what the Indoor Football League launched yesterday is their own standalone streaming service of Indoor Football League, Season Pass, Indoor Football League Plus, whatever you want to call it. And it has caused quite an uproar within the indoor community. There are pros and cons with this. For starters, this is not the first time that the Indoor Football League has been behind a paywall. So get that kind of out of the way right now. They have been behind a paywall before. You've had to pay for games in the past, but until pretty much the Salt Lake Screaming Eagles came onto the scene with all their Project Franchise stuff and started putting their things on Sports Illustrated and Twitch and YouTube and stuff, where the Indoor Football League pretty much did the same, you pretty much had to pay-per-view this. So this is going to be $30 for the regular season. Not the playoffs, just the regular season. You will pay extra for the playoffs. Simple as that. If you don't want to pay for a full season, which is $30, you can pay $10 a month, which I think will run you about, if you just want to do the season, you're running March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months, including playoffs and things along those lines. So you're paying about $60. So it's better now to do the season pass. Both come with a 30-day free trial. And with the subscriptions, it includes all games live and on demand. You can pause, rewind, and do all that stuff. Live DVR, live chat. You can actually clip some of the things, show some highlights, share your clips, whatever you want to do. But this has caused an uproar because you are making people pay for your product. On the flip side, most people want stuff for free. So, for me, I understand it. I do. I understand the aspect of this has been free for literally almost a decade, from 2017 all the way till 2024. And yeah, 2020 gets kind of knocked out of there. But for 6 years total, you have been able to watch every game, except pretty much the championship games or whatever's been on Stadium and things along those lines. I get it. People do not like change. I do also understand that you don't really make a profit on YouTube. I don't make any money on this. I have no sponsors, no advertisements, no nothing. You have to reach a certain threshold of subscribers and have enough people watch your stuff. Simple as that. Amongst other things, you can do a whole bunch of other stuff, and then you start getting ads and things like that. So chances are they're making peanuts. Everything that can get copyrighted probably will, whether it's Sony, Warner Music, they will copyright that if they hear the arena music. It's tumultuous. I get it. I get copyrighted all the time for the music I put in my stuff. So, excuse me. So for them wanting to go behind a paywall and have people pay for this, I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad at $30. What I'm mad about is the fact that you're doing this 9 days before the start of the season. I've had my concerns when it comes to this, when it comes to the streaming quality, and the fact that, yes, you are giving people a 30-day free trial in case the streams don't work, but the issue is that if you start your 30-day free trial in week 1, that Friday of week 1, you're only getting 3 games. You're not getting a full 7-game slate or anything, so you're really only rolling it out for a trial period anyways. For me, it comes down to the fact that you are making them pay extra for the playoffs. For me, it comes down to you are going to make them pay on top of what they're already paying because, well, playoffs. That does not make sense to me. I do not know the route that they wanted to go with this because CFL Plus is free. You can go watch the Canadian Football League on the Canadian Football League website for free. You just sign up. If it's not like the CBS Sports Game of the Week or whatever, you can go out and watch the game. However, that's not quite MLS Season Pass. The reason why is because everything's behind a paywall. And even with MLS Season Pass on Apple TV Plus, you can go watch selected games that you don't need a subscription to Season Pass for. So everything is behind the paywall. There is literally no free option for you to see a game of the week. They are not really trying this. They are, but they aren't, because they're including a 30-day free trial. However, is it going to be something where you might forget after those 30 days and then your card starts getting charged? More than likely. So, point being though is you don't have an issue. You have the issue of no one is going to be able to watch these games unless they pretty much pay up front. Right? At least MLS, if you have Apple TV Plus, you can at least gauge like, hey, do I want to watch this MLS game before I want to buy the whole entire season pass? Or do I just want to buy whatever games are there? The caveat to MLS as well, and I know I'm comparing it, and they're two different things. But the reason why I'm comparing is they're kind of similar. The issue with MLS, though, is I think until maybe even this year, maybe not, they still have games over network. There's games on Fox and FS1, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've watched MLS because Sporting Kansas City kind of sucks, but that's a topic for another day. For me, it boils down to there is no other option unless you pay money for this. And how long is the 30-day free trial? Like 30 days, obviously, but say you do this in week 5. Is there still a 30-day free trial? Is it for the entire season that you can get a 30-day free trial? That's where it gets it for me. And then secondly, a part of that too is, you've seen people in the comments saying, I'm just going to make multiple email addresses if that's the case and get 60 days, 90 days. What's stopping me from doing that? Kudos, kudos to you for that if that's how it's going to go. For me, it's not the monetary value. For me, it's the fact that they've done this so close to the start of the season that anyone that just tunes into YouTube is not going to know that this is behind a paywall. Which brings me to my next topic. You need to market this. We are 9 days from the first kick of the season. 9 days. And you're telling me that all we've seen is just the initial post that, hey, we have this now? Market it. If you need to put money in to promote it and get the advertisements on Twitter or Facebook, so when you scroll on your phone or through your computer or whatever, that people see it as a promoted ad, do it. Promote it. If you are proud of this and you want people to pay money for it, do it. My God. And that's the thing. Just market. It's free to post another post on Facebook. It's free to post another tweet. It's free to post another Instagram picture or whatever. I don't have Instagram. It's free to post another TikTok or whatever socials that the Indoor Football League has. If you want to pay money to promote it, good, do it, I guess. But for me, it's just promote it. You are 9 days, now 8 days, and 7 when I upload this. You will 7 days away. It starts in a week. No one's going to know where this is at. That's my issue. It's not the monetary value. It's you are not marketing this. This is the reason I said this in one of the off-season updates. This should have been out in January. You should have told people, hey, we have a streaming service. It was buried in the third or fourth paragraph in one of their previous news articles. That's it. That's really all you heard about it. You need to market this. If this is going to be your bread and butter, if this is what's going to make the league money, promote it. And maybe they are. Each team individually has, made a tweet or something about it. So yeah, there's some engagement, but tweet more, post more, get fans engaged, which leads me to my next topic, the fans. If no one wants to pay for this, perfectly fine. For the people that do, they will pay for it. But when you have an owner literally saying, hey, if you don't want to pay this, then go watch something else, that is brash. That is going to alienate your fan base. The people that have better things to do in the spring and the summertime with baseball, with soccer, with anything else, hiking, camping, outdoor stuff, and you're telling them, hey, if you don't want to pay for this, we don't need you. Don't do that. Don't do that. My goodness. It's just, you need to ease people into this. People do not like change. Ease people and say, hey, this might not be something you want to pay for, but give it a chance. You have a 30-day free trial. That's all you had to say. You have a 30-day free trial. You can cancel it after. You can cancel it at any time. Simple as that. Not, well, if you don't want to pay for it, get out of here. We don't need you. Go on, get. What are you doing? Do not alienate your fan base. You do not sell out your arenas. You will never be the Arena Football League from the mid-2000s. I'm sorry. A spade is a spade. I call it how I see it. This will never be the Arena Football League from the mid-2000s. You do not have an ESPN contract. You don't have an NBC contract. Anything like that. You have your own streaming service. And the people that want to pay for it and watch it will. And you better hope that the people that pay for it and share the clips online can spread their word of mouth, because they will be doing, like me, the promoting for you. Promote your product. Ease people in. Let people know that, hey, $30? Yeah, inflation, politics, whatever, I don't care. But like, yeah, it's going to cost some money. But $30 for an entire season. It's a couple of dollars per game, a couple of cents for the entire season. However many games, there's like over 100 games. I get it. But for me, it boils down to, this should have been out a long time ago. And not the actual like thing, but just telling people back in like January or December, hey, we have our own streaming platform. It's coming soon. Just want to get you guys going. And then you should have been posting about it like, hey, coming soon. And then you hear one thing on Arena Fan saying, hey, it's going to be out on the 10th of March, and it did not come out until yesterday, which was the 12th. So even then, there's mixed signals. Just communicate. Let the fans know. Let the fans see your product. I do not even care that it's not on YouTube. I know people care about it, but for the most part, I know some people don't. They will still pay the money. I will still pay the money. You have your whales in us. And if you don't know what a whale is, that's someone who like it's freemium games and then they pay on the freemium games, and that's how like Monopoly Go or other stupid like Candy Crush, things like that. So if you're paying actual money on Candy Crush, like that's the whale. So you have the whale in me and other people. But if you're going to alienate your fans saying we don't need you, go watch something else for free, they will. When the streams crash out, and you better hope to God the streams do not crash out, because the very first time, if any of these streams at all crash, you're roasted. You are boom roasted over the coals, raked over the coals. You're paying $30. You better hope that this stuff is in 1080p or 4K. My God. And again, I'm not trying to say that this is a bad product because we haven't seen it yet. But you have to be cautiously optimistic. For me, it boils down to, if you crash any of these streams, and we don't know what servers, how it's going to go, how many people tune in to the very first game, if that is enough to crash the servers. Because guess who's playing? Jacksonville and Massachusetts. Guess what one of the games last year that crashed was? Jacksonville and Massachusetts. I don't know. I know I should have probably like written notes on this and taken this, so I'm just going off the dome here because I couldn't stay silent on this. I couldn't. I don't mind this. I'll be honest. There are people that are gladly happy to pay for this. It's only $30, and that's perfectly fine. Hell, I'll pay it. I know I'm going to. I'll make clips and highlights and stuff like that. I will promote this product. They will get free advertising from me because I'm a glutton for it. Some people aren't. But do not alienate those people that are not. If the people don't want to pay, they don't want to pay. But then you've lost customers, and you should have been able to ease them in and say, if you don't want to pay, that's fine. At least take the 30 days to try it out and go from there. You didn't have to go with the route of, well, we don't need you. Go watch something else for free. And you know why you don't say that? Because there are so many different apps with so many different sports. Indoor football is not the end-all be-all. That's it. If you don't want to pay for it, you already probably have stuff on Hulu with ESPN Plus. You have Paramount Plus. You have Peacock. You have Fubo. You have Sling. You have all these different other freaking apps. All these different things that you can watch all these different sports on. You're lucky that you get the streams that you do. My goodness. I'm just at a loss, man. I really want this product to work. I do. I really want this product to work. And I'm not trying to call out Trinkler. That's not my intention. It's just when you make comments like that, you're throwing your entire league under the bus, let alone your team. When you make comments like that, when people say, I don't want to pay this, and you have other people commenting on the Facebook forums saying, well, it's only a couple dollars, whatever. Okay, well, some people don't want to pay a couple dollars. Some people don't have a couple of dollars. And I understand from the other perspective. You're not making any money on YouTube. Whatever streams you get, you're pocketing the full 100% when it comes to the streams. When it comes to someone paying for it, you're pocketing the full $30. There's no cut from YouTube. There's no, well, we're only getting so many streams. It's whatever you get, you get. So I understand both sides. If you don't want to pay, you don't have to pay. If you want to pay, then you're pocketing 100% of that, and the IFL takes it. I understand. I'm not trying to sit on the fence here, but I'm trying to say it from both sides. If you don't want to pay, fine. I'm not mad at people that don't want to pay. I'm also not mad at people that do want to pay. But for anyone trying to call people out going like, well, you don't want to pay for this? It's only a couple of cents per. Some people don't have a couple of cents. Some people don't. And some people have better things to do with their time that is free. Or if they already have 17 other streaming apps, March Madness right around the corner. Are you going to pay $30 to watch indoor football? Or are you going to watch March Madness for free if you have cable already? Pay for that and you already have True TV, TNT, CBS, and what have you. See? And some people will do both, and that's fine. But for me, it just comes down to where your priorities are at and what you want to pay. If you want to pay for this, fine. I have no issue. I'm going to. And I don't judge people if they don't want to. If people have lost their fandom because it's behind a paywall, okay. And that's fine. Because I'll tell you this, I subscribed, and I was a season ticket member to Sporting Kansas City. I stopped being a season ticket member, and I stopped watching it, not just because they suck, but there's just too much money. And then I stopped subscribing to MLS Season Pass because it was too much money. I'm not going to go to a completely separate app to just watch one sports league when I have all this other stuff over here with the English Premier League, the NFL, MLB, NHL, what have you. I get literally every single Winnipeg Jets game on ESPN Plus. I get every single Kansas City Chiefs game for free on CBS or Fox or NBC or whatever, except when you have to pay for Amazon. So, or freaking Netflix on Christmas. Point being, though, is if people don't want to spend their money, don't chastise them because they don't want to spend their money. If people do want to spend their money, don't chastise them for wanting to spend their money too. It's as simple as that. Some people just don't have the money, some people do. Do not criticize your potential fan base. Simple as that. And as a league, promote your product. Promote it. Make sure that this product is good. It's as simple as that, because we have yet to see it. And if this thing crashes at any point, not even just week 1 or week 2, and people start to slowly forget, if this thing crashes in week 7, there's more I told you so's. If there's still problems going through this, I told you so's. Why are we paying for this? And you're going to have to answer those critics. Todd Tryon said last year in an Inside the IFL, well, we can put this stuff behind a paywall. You guys have to pay for it, but that would solve the streaming issues. They're putting their money where their mouth is. If there's still streaming issues and you still pay for it, you can look at your commissioner and say, what are you doing? And he has to answer for it. If he doesn't answer, it makes the league look bad. He answered to it before. Can he do it again? I'm not trying to call anyone out. What I'm trying to say here is they're trying to address the problem of streaming issues, putting it behind a paywall, making money that way instead of through YouTube. Easy. If you don't want to pay it, you don't have to pay it. There you go. The other issue I have with this, and let me touch on it really quick because I want to do a quick cut. Going to the games. The issue that I have with this about going to the games is if I'm paying $30, and I like I said, I live in Kansas City. I've said it in multiple videos. I live in the Kansas City metro area. So if I pay $30, I'm going to sit on my butt and watch the games. If you are someone that lives in Des Moines, Iowa, or Fishers, are you paying $30 to watch all of this? Maybe the away games, but if you've already bought season tickets to Fishers, are you going to then pay $30 on top of that? I mean, is it better to, it's kind of like the NFL like critique. Is it better to just sit on your couch and watch it because you're paying for it that way? Or are you going to do both? If you have the money to do both, great. If you don't, you might not even go to a game. Why? I'm paying $30. If tickets are $30, I can go to multiple games. Or I can just pay $30 and watch every single game at home. Every single game. You could do that last year. Every game for free. And you could still go to the games and pay your $20 or $30 and get, ticket revenue through the gates. I'm probably thinking too deeply with this. I get that. It's indoor football. People will still go to the game because it's cheap beer and entertainment. Point being, though, is if I'm paying $30, I'm not driving to Des Moines. I'm not driving to Tulsa. I had thoughts of doing that. I had thoughts of driving to Tulsa and Des Moines and the Quad Cities to go see home games for all of these teams. If I'm paying $30 for this, I'm staying home. Because I'm not wasting the gas and stuff like that. Why not going to just watch the games at home? Some people will do that, some people won't. I'm not criticizing people who will or won't. But point being is, I had intentions of doing it. Now I don't feel like doing it. People don't want to pay the $30. They don't have to. Simple as that. So I really don't know how to end this. Like I said, I see both sides to it. I see the indoor football side. I see them wanting to make money, putting it behind a paywall. Damn near every other league does. NBA season pass, freaking MLS season pass, NFL Plus. I mean, every freaking team has it, or league, excuse me. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad about the owner saying go on get. What I'm mad about is everything from this could have easily been kind of squashed had you just done this sooner and told people we're doing this, it's coming soon, we'll answer your questions. Instead, we have a written thing from the commissioner here on their website. I wish they would really just talk about it and be transparent. This is a league for the fans. The fans are not happy. Address the fans. It's the best I can do. That's the best I can do, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's my rant. So questions, comments, whatever, I'll answer them, I guess. I don't really know how to end this, but I'm going to take off here. I needed to get that off my chest because I tried not to hold it in too much. I've made a couple of tweets about it on Twitter, and that's really been it. I know people are way more furious, rightfully so, I guess, but that's it for me. I'm taking off here, guys. I've got the Vegas preview to do in a little bit. Until then, I'm taking off here. Till then, see ya.